Alright, welcome back to the backmarker update. Today we're going to be looking at the Atlanta 208 by the Truck Series. We only have 4 highlights today because it was a pretty uneventful race. We had 3 debris cautions, which is why there's so many cautions in this race. And we're not going to go over 2 of the debris cautions because debris cautions are really boring. Obviously, they're kind of just a piece of metal's on the track that needs to be taken out. But there were 4 main highlights to talk about in this race. So we're going to visit those, we're going to look at the race review, look at the backmarker update, and then look at the points. So the first incident of the day was Keith McGee spinning out in the number 22 truck. He just spun by himself and was able to collect it. He actually got a pretty good finish this race, so didn't really hinder him that much. The next wreck of the day was a multi-cart incident where Thad Moffitt lost talent and ran into 2 other trucks. Ran into 38 and 13 after hitting the wall. His throttle may have hung, he may have had his wheel locked, but it just looks like he hit the wall and then decided to clear out 2 other trucks. So all 3 trucks didn't have a lot of damage, so they were all able to continue, but it just kind of just looked like Thad Moffitt just lost talent. The next highlight was a spin by the 91 of Jack Wood. Came right as the stage was about to end, so kind of just gave the stage win to Kyle Busch because under caution the stage ended, so the leader just won it automatically. But basically destroyed his truck, but I think he still ended up finishing the race. This was one of the race cautions, and as you can see, Bailey Curry in the niche truck just lost his roof hatch. His whole entire roof hatch just came off for no reason, which is weird and also kind of raises questions on how he was able to run 4th place without a roof, because apparently it happened for like 2 laps that he was just running out there, and then he got apparently a bunch of other drivers behind him started complaining about it, saying he doesn't have a roof, and then he had to come in under pit road because of the debris caution for the roof halves sitting on the backstretch. So, and then you just see on the pit road he doesn't have a roof. So, I mean, that's pretty shocking. I don't think we've ever seen something like that. But moving on to the analytics here, winner Kyle Busch, stage 1 was Christian Eckes. Eckes had an issue with his brakes, had to go to the garage, DNF'd. Kyle Busch won stage 2 and ended up winning the race. And as we can see with their backmarker finishes, a couple great finishes for the backmarkers. Only really one that had a big issue, but it's Thor Sport, so I don't really feel that terribly. For cautions, we already looked at all the wreck ones, but there was also 2 stage cautions, and as you can see in the final stage, there were 3 debris cautions, but the one that we decided to look at was when the 41 lost his roof hatch, because pretty damn rare. As for pit road penalties, only 4 drivers had penalties this entire race, which is pretty surprising. Nick Sanchez speeding, Matt Mills running over equipment, Timmy Hill speeding, and Roger Carruth speeding. Looking at our back markers, the 27 truck of RBR Rion Brothers Racing withdrew, so we only had 32 trucks. Brent Enfinger started 6th, finished 25th. He dropped back due to some pit trouble. So negative 19, that's a pretty bad start, but everyone pretty much else, besides Connor Jones, who also finished 29th there in the Thor Sports 66 truck, he also had an issue. I think he still finished the race, but it's a Thor Sports truck, so I'm not really feeling that too terrible. He's still going to have some good runs this year. Notable finishes, Brent Holmes finishes 11th after a 24th place run, plus 13. Keith McGee and Lawless Allen both plus 11 and plus 17 in the RBR trucks. That's pretty good. Spencer Boyd plus 11, Mason Massey plus 10, Timmy Hill plus 9. All pretty good. And Mason Maggio in the Floridian truck plus 2, and Thad Moffitt plus 2, even though he spun out. Still overall gain from their starting position, so still going to give hats off to them for still improving this race. And if we look at the point scenario, nothing really changed in the wins category since Kyle Busch is not running for truck points. Looks like our playoff grid is pretty stacked, though. We have a bunch of McAnally trucks. Christian Eckes, even with a terrible finish, still was able to eke out a playoff spot. McAnally has 3 of its trucks in the playoffs. Jack Wood is not that far away. And of course, we have Thor Sport trucks, Jeski and Crafton. We have the Spire truck of Raja Karuth, some Tricon trucks with Hyman and Tyler Gray. Really, the only outlier here in the playoffs is Brett Holmes, but Brett Holmes is doing a pretty good job, so I hope he stays at least somewhat competitive. Grant Enfinger had a terrible day. He's -2. Timmy Hill, Spencer Boyd, they're just pretty much happy to still be in contention. Taylor Gray, Dean Thompson, they're just happy to be in contention. Bailey Curry, even though he lost his roof, still -12, is still in contention. Friesen, Wood, Honeycutt, they're pretty much in contention still. So pretty tight points battle, but of course it's only 2 races, so we're pretty far away from the playoffs at this point. Alright, so that's going to do it for the backmarker update for the Atlanta 2-8 Truck Series race. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like if you like, dislike if you don't, subscribe if you like it, and I'll see you guys next time. Toodaloo!